Hi and welcome to a brief instructional video on how to make a livery in ACC. This is how I do it. It may not be the ideal way for everybody, but it's the way I do it, and hopefully it's straightforward enough for you to follow. So first thing we're going to do is go into ACC, choose single player. We can do it in multiplayer as well, it doesn't really matter, and then choose our car. We click add, choose the Aston Martin, which is the car that we're going to edit here, and then start filling in the details of the car. So we're going to call this one how to livery. So in this section what we're going to do is color the car, set it up whatever way we want, whatever design we want. The reason you do this bit is because not everybody will have your livery downloaded, so if you don't have that livery out there with them people, they only see what you have done here. So get the color scheme the way you want it, whatever color you want to go for. Let's say this is the color we want to go for. Once you're happy that everything's the way you want it, you're using the right body materials, that sort of thing for your paint, click save, and then we go to the next section, which is in the documents folder. So into documents, into Assetto Corsa Competizione, into customs, and into cars. Sort by date modified, that's very important. Just click on the date modified bit here and go to the most recent JSON file because you've just created that when you hit the save button. So we edit this and we come down here to custom skin name, and we're going to change that custom skin name to something that matters to us. We'll call it how to livery, and then we're going to save that and close that off. Then we're going to go back to that cars section, back to customs, into liveries this time, and we're going to have to create that folder because it doesn't exist. How to livery, and then if we go in there, we'll see we have an empty folder, and this is where we're going to put our wire mesh. So the wireframes come from Discord. If you go to Discord, we have a section here, ACC custom paints. You will see GT3 wireframes, GT4 wireframes, and we want the Aston Martin V Advantage, so we click download on that. I have already downloaded this, and this is it here. So what we have here is a template folder, so our template file. So we copy this, and then we go back to how to livery and we paste it in here. Now the way I would do this is I normally make two copies, and I will call one decals, I will call the other sponsors, and that just keeps me right so I know which one I'm editing and I can sort of fast export it when I need to. We'll use a program called GIMP, which is nothing dirty and nothing sexual in any way. It's a program for graphical image manipulation, and it's basically a free version of Photoshop almost. It does very much the same sort of thing that Photoshop does. You can use Photoshop as well, but for this we're going to use GIMP. So I double click on this and it will open in GIMP for me. And we keep that. So this is your wireframe. So what we're going to do is we're going to work in layers. So we right click here and we go new layer. We're going to give it a name, let's say hood, and make sure that fill width is transparent so that we don't cover the entire wireframe, and then click OK. So now we have our new layer here called hood, and when it's highlighted like this we're going to be painting on that layer so we're not affecting the wireframe below. We'll pick a color, something that hopefully will stand out. Let's say white. We'll get rid of the background color here because it is white and it will get in the way. So if you look at your car, that there would be your hood there, and then your roof, then your doors, and then sort of bodywork towards the back. It's not always that straightforward when you're doing a car, so that's why you'll use this technique to find out what you're actually looking at. So we think this is the hood, but we are not sure. We will mark this with something that will make it obvious, yep, that we picked the right part. We will make sure that background layer is gone every time we want to do this, unless we're painting the whole color, car one color. This hood here, we will keep that visible, but make the wireframe disappear, and you can see where the spiral is that I've created there. Then we will go to File and to Export As. We need to change this file type to a PNG, and then we export. In here, we haven't done a lot, so compression is not that important, so I will say 0 compression. I will export. If you're doing a lot of work and it's a very big file you're creating, compression will help get that file size down. And that's us exported. We go back to ACC and we go back, and there we go. We have the spiral underneath the number, but that shows you that I was working on the hood, which is where I was expecting to be working. So I can now color in that hood as a layer, and once I'm done with what I've done on that part and I'm happy with it, then I can create another layer, and then maybe that will be a door or the roof, and I can paint something in that section too. The same goes every time I'm doing that. Right click, new layer, give it a name if I want, roof let's say. Make sure it's transparent. To help you work around this, bring the wire mesh back up. If that was still too complicated because the colors were bleeding into each other, it was hard to see what you were doing, you can always bring this back up, but we're using white, so we don't want that. And then we'll put a wee hashtag across the roof. Again, we'll get rid of the wire mesh. File, export. As a wee quick export because we've already done it once, so it knows the settings we're using. Click on the 47 here, and boom, on the roof appears the next part that we've edited. It's as simple as that. If you want to add the sponsors to it, you open the sponsors and then export as sponsors.png. That will make things like the Aston Martin Racing disappear because you're now creating your own sponsors or your own images on the car itself, and then you save it the same way, and then again just click the 47 or whatever number you've selected here, and it will auto refresh for you. That is as simple as that for creating a livery on ACC. If you've any questions, don't hesitate to contact us on Discord or on leaving a wee comment on the video. Thanks for watching.